Hi again. It's a real pleasure for me to have you here again. I want to apologize because I couldn't upload my video yesterday. I had some technical issues, and since I believe in practicing what I say, after getting mentally stuck on the technical issues and wanting to solve them, I have a moment of lucidity and thought, maybe it's not the time. Maybe you have to stop right now. Something you're missing because you are mentally trapped. You are not seeing it. So maybe you have to stop and continue tomorrow. So I'm really sorry for not satisfying my commitment of uploading a video every Sunday. But I'm here again on Monday, probably for good. And today I would like to talk to you about Dashinyue, which means the words of sustenance in the sense of foundation. For the Shizen people, a person, even the universe is constructed out of a multiplicity of egos, like different you that get together, that organize, that gather, and that in the way they associate, in the way they influence, is they finally constitute what you could call your personal powers, your personal abilities, your personal manifestations. They said they used to say that a central ego was hierarchically superior, and from that minor egos were born and were organized, as I was telling you before. As you have listened so many times in these videos, lucidity is about emotions. It's about situations that push you and pull you and take you where probably you don't want to go. And in this study they talked about, in this mix of different egos, about 5 special ones that were the sustentators, the ones that could not be tottered, could not be shaken in the sense of be weakened, to become weak, to be destroyed from the inside. So like, you know, like a tree, not when you shake it, but when it's getting weak on the inside, and it's not rotten, but you know, getting destroyed on the inside. So these 5 worlds of egos couldn't be tottered. The first one, let me start this time from the bottom of them, not from the superior one, would be the world of mental clarity. Mental clarity talks about the ego of mental clarity, sorry. The mental clarity talks about honesty, about that attitude that makes you understand that you must work before obtaining a reward, that there are no shortcuts in life, that, as Ogawa sensei used to say, that you earn a right after you have accomplished an obligation, a duty. So mental clarity is this kind of cleanliness of your mind, of clean look, of clean staring, stance. So it's the first one. This is the first one that must not be tottered, that must not be awakened. The second one would be the world of condition ego, of the ego of condition. This ego, this world, talks about the idea of the universe is made up axis of conditions, of a structure that tells you that in order to get some results, or to some results to happen, there are some steps to fulfill, and if you don't fill up this checklist, nothing is going to happen as you want. Or on the other way around, if the certain conditions are not fulfilled, the bad things or the bad situations are not gonna happen to you. Think of a recipe. If you don't put the ingredients on the right time, on the right moment, and you don't apply the right steps, nothing is gonna happen. Nothing is gonna happen to you for good, and no situation is gonna happen in any sense that you can think of. It's at the end of the day, it's the idea that reality must not be ignored. It's not to ignore, we have to understand reality and to be conscious of that. If you go a step further, you could arrive to the world of wisdom, of the ego of wisdom. This ego talks about the application of knowledge. For the Shizen, wisdom was the practical side of knowledge, of understanding of the world. Maybe you can think about physics, and if you are familiar with physics, you know that there is an energy and there is force or work, and one is like the application of the other. Wisdom would be that idea, and it's to know what you have and how to use it, your resources in the broader aspects of it. It's to harmonize, it is not to resist, to go against the flowing current of the universe, because it's probably the dumbest thing you can do, to go against circumstances, to go against the laws that surround you. No one would feel strange or alienated if I tell him or tell her, you cannot jump up because there is something that's called the law of gravity. Then this would be not wisdom, not wise to do. So this is wisdom for them. So don't do things that have no sense, that make no sense. It's at the end, it is to be conscious of consequences. The world of the ego of wisdom is founded on condition, and it could be like if the axis of conditions are the basement for wisdom to happen. If you take the laws of the universe and you look them from a perspective of consequences, then you have wisdom. Then you go a step further, a level beyond you on your path of consciousness. The ego or consciousness, or the ego of consciousness, could be the next level. It's and it talks about you know, that judge that is above all these material laws of this material scenario, and that cannot be moved by material things. It's like an unstable perspective, an unstable look from above that can consider and that cannot be influenced by these material laws. And it's like it's a major unitary principle, and it's a major unitary principle that actually it's a repetition of the last of the levels, that is the spiritual ego. This ego talks about unity and belief in a superior ego, in a superior thing that makes the world compact, that makes a collective unity. Is the idea of one that is present in many cultures, in all human understanding, and what the experience of human living is. So let me talk about, this would be the five of them, but let me, in this occasion, if I can tell you to put this into practice, as I normally say, let's go a little beyond, and let's get together, let's get focused, on conditioned ego and wisdom ego, because it is nice to have this spiritual understanding of a union, of a common union with everything that surrounds you, and we have worked many times this concept of consciousness that makes you go beyond emotions and material things and mental stuff. But probably it touches us quite close, this conditioned ego and wisdom ego, and for the day-by-day life, it's quite interesting to start looking at things, at situations, at feelings, at circumstances that surround you, from this, to look at them as a series of conditions that have had to be there for things to happen, and to look at things with that kind of serenity, of peace of mind, of real understanding that at the end things happen because they have to happen, and that wisdom is to understand them and to get some advantage from the understanding, not to resist to them, not to make some expectations and to get frustrated when they don't become real, because a true understanding of the access of conditions liberates you from this kind of emotional and trapped. So if you want to take my advice this week, have into consideration to look at things, to look at situations, to look at every little thing that happened around you, and look at and try to analyze what conditions did lead to things, to this particular situation, and then try to see the consequences of your actions and of your positioning. And once you have done this, try to reflect on as I was telling you, on the consequences, or on the position you are taking with respect to these circumstances, and try to get a little more profound on this conditioned ego and wisdom ego. And if you feel like wanting to share your discoveries, it would be a real pleasure for me to hear about them and maybe share some discussion with you. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope to have you next week, next Sunday, and in these dates, so to enjoy with your family. Have a very, very nice weekend. Enjoy your celebrations this week, and see you again on Sunday. Thank you so much.